Hey everybody, Jason Bermas here. And Zombie Joe kinda, sorta says, only. Yes, he can't say only anymore, because the man can't speak. But only those who haven't been vaccinated will pay the price. I mean, he stumbled a lot. And here's the thing. He can't speak. Let me repeat this. The man can't talk. So, to expand upon a metaphor I've discussed about good old ZJ, Zombie Joe, if I were an owner of any franchise restaurant, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger Slave, whatever it is, any KFC, Popeyes, and I've done well for myself. I own about 4 or 5 locations. I would not put Joe Biden in charge of my least busy location ever. He wouldn't manage my least profitable Wendy's. I don't know if he could make it as a button pushing clerk, okay? But forget about running a Wendy's. Do you think that man runs the country? Abso-freaking-lutely not. Absolutely not. So the thing is, what is frightening about this is this entire agenda has nothing to do with Joe Biden other for him to be a corrupt front man that is barely awake 4 hours a day. If anybody can provide me videotape of Joe in the last, I don't know, it's got to be, let's see, it's 5/21, so he's been inaugurated now for about 4 months. Okay, so anytime in the last 4 months where you can consecutively say that he was awake for 4 hours. They did have those climate hearings. He sat next to John Kerry. That might be your golden pony. Now, I'd say that if that is it, there was a lot of time the camera was not on Joe. He was just sitting there with a mask on. So, Joe Biden, again, not running much. So we're going to play the video where Joe threatens everybody. Oh, sorry, that was my Invisible Empire film taken off. If you haven't seen good old Invisible Empire, it's a good one. It's one of those films I'm about to tell you about. As you thumbs the video up, subscribe and share. Look, we're fully demonetized officially. After a year, they reviewed my channel and said, you can't make money. In 2 days, we lose our other strike. I think that we found a nice way that we can talk about things that are important here and then bring you over to a free speech platform like Rockfin for the uncensored versions of these videos. And yesterday, I did an almost hour and 20-minute interview with Ryan Christian of The Last American Vagabond. Really important stuff. Please go check that out. We have an uncensored Green Pass and Common Sense Ask Me Anything extra 20 minutes on there. So basically, when we get to the stuff that's just too hot for this platform, we bring it over to Rockfin. We do it free. It's great if you want to become a premium member and financially support me. I appreciate that. I love that. Then you get my premium content, which is few and far between, sure. But the archives become premium at some point, right? But we want to get the information out. So we try to remain as much free as possible, right? But then you get everybody else's content. So you sign up for $9.99, you endorse Jason Bermas, you get everyone else. Graham Elwood, Slow News Day, Jimmy Dore, Ben Askren, John Fitch, and so many others on there right now. Jay Dyer's now on there. Nico House. It looks like we got Sky Daddy coming over with the Mikasa Sukasa Network. Excited about that. So Odyssey has also backed up my channel. Very happy about that. I want to thank them. Another great alternative platform to follow me on. And like I said, the documentary films, thought we were going to have those queued up, but obviously I'm a sloppy mess. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. They're all here free right now in the playlist section. So after this video, if you want to check out some documentaries that will give you a much more detailed idea of my worldview based on evidence, not so much just me talking. Sure, we show the receipts here, right? We do. We're going to show you Zombie Joe going only. Let me repeat that. Only. He can't say only. And then threatening you. Yes, I took the receipts from the Convo Couch. I'm hanging around Pasta too much. In fact, that reminds me, I'm going to text Pasta and see if we can maybe get him on for an interview coming up. So, let's do it. Let's play Zombie Joe with his dire, grim warning for people like myself.
Ultimately, those who are not vaccinated will end up paying the price.
Only those that are who are not vaccinated are going to end up paying the price. What? You want me to bring it on back for you, the only people? Let's do it again.
Everyone else is getting a new grim warning.
Ultimately, those who are not vaccinated will end up paying the price.
Will end up paying the price. Now, here's the deal. I want to ask a serious question out there for everybody who stands on anything. Ask your friends this. Is natural immunity from the virus the best thing that you could have? I'm asking that as a serious question. Do you believe that natural immunity would be the way to go? And I think that should be a very, very serious question, right? But a lot of people want to act like, well, I don't know about this natural immunity anymore. And they've already told us we can't get herd immunity. If this were legitimate, wouldn't they test people to see if they have the antibodies? Now, here's the really interesting thing. This one's kind of going around. Apparently, remember, they were testing people. If you had antibodies, they were taking those antibodies, that plasma, and they were turning it into different treatments, right? Trump got, I believe it was Regeneron. There were several of these treatments, right? Natural antibodies. But first of all, they didn't even test anybody before giving them a shot. And they've encouraged you, if you had the natural antibodies, no matter what level, to also get the shot on top of that. And are those people supposed to pay? Well, apparently in Israel, they're paying too. That's not an exemption for this. So just look what happens. If you think they're going to want your convalescent plasma after this?
COVID-19 vaccine. You're going to want to listen to this. The Red Cross says anyone who has received their COVID-19 vaccine cannot donate convalescent plasma to help other COVID-19 patients in hospitals. That plasma is made up of antibodies from people who have recovered from the virus, but the vaccine wipes out those antibodies, making the convalescent plasma ineffective in treating other COVID-19 patients.
Do I need to play that one again? I think I might just play that one again. I'm going to let you figure it out. Thumbs this video up, subscribe, and share, by the way. But let's just play that again.
COVID-19 vaccine. You're going to want to listen to this. The Red Cross says anyone who has received their COVID-19 vaccine cannot donate convalescent plasma to help other COVID-19 patients in hospitals. That plasma is made up of antibodies from people who have recovered from the virus, but the vaccine wipes out those antibodies, making the convalescent plasma ineffective in treating other COVID-19 patients.
But Zombie Joe says that I'm going to pay a price. We paying prices. By the way, I want to say this. Utah has just signed off on getting rid of banning the mask mandates in schools as well. The dominoes have to fall with you being your own hero. Pennsylvania. Okay, now that we're over here, let's go to my Twitter just for a second. Let's scroll down to some of these stories that you're not hearing about. We just talked about Utah, but Pennsylvania also, for the East Coast, they're fighting back the hardest. Okay? They are fighting back the hardest. This, by the way, is a great thread, and we should just click up right there, on Iowa. Okay? Right here. This is when we ended all restrictions altogether. You know what I mean? Now, if you look here, right when I got here, there weren't many restrictions going on. And all of a sudden, they did bring them in November. Now, still, give me a break. That's still nothing. So, no limits on gatherings. Restaurants and have been doing that. I mean, it's all there. That's February, okay? And you look at all this, and the data shows our numbers are awesome compared to so much more. We're also 45% lower than the national average in hospitalization rate, and the third lowest rate in the states of its size or larger. Right? I mean, come on, 9th lowest hospital rate in the U.S. I mean, all the numbers show that my state is doing it right. Now, Pennsylvania, let's go back one. I know I retweeted it, right? Here it is right here. They don't want you to know this, but on Tuesday, they slapped down Governor Tom Wolf and passed 2 constitutional amendments to ensure they will never again be locked down indefinitely on one politician's whim. You see this in the national media? Nope. Instead, they're trying to make things like COVID Kim trend yesterday and demonize her and those mothers that stood up for their children. You disgust me. Anyone on there with that hashtag that was going after those moms or trying to demonize my governor for what she did, you're disgusting. You're gone, man. You want to know who? You might as well get your brown shirt out. And you never have the right to call anybody a Nazi for any reason ever, ever, ever again, or a fascist. You authoritarian piece of garbage. You tool of a predator class transhumanist agenda that does not give a flying about you. So one more time, guys, thumbs it up, subscribe, share, Rockfin. Go make the free account. At least go check out the Vagabond interview, right? How could you not? He brings it every time. We're smashing narratives together. Like I said, an hour and 20 minutes. So much more great uncensored content. If you haven't watched my America's Secret Army Exists video yet, if you don't know about signature reduction yet, you will. You will. They're bringing that domestic terror force right for us. Believe the hype. So I just want to say I love you guys. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you all on the flip side.